How much of an impact does social media have on divorce, and do judges look at posts?
Social media can have a great impact on a divorce. Really, what you need to look at is what are the issues that are arising in the divorce? Are there issues of custody and parenting time? Are there issues of alimony or child support claims? Are there issues of equitable distribution or the division of assets and liabilities? And to the extent there are one or more of those issues that are in conflict in the divorce, to the extent a social media post touches on one of those issues, that can certainly be relevant to the court or to the divorce case. And a judge can certainly review social media posts and can take them into evidence and take them into consideration when making a decision as to the outcome on one or multiple issues. But there are issues that you should do with respect to social media once the divorce is initiated. Number one, I would change all passwords. A lot of times we forget what computers or devices we're logged into and we don't have our password changed. We don't want third parties, maybe it's the spouse, maybe it's somebody else accessing our social media and having the ability to access direct messages or other communications that we've had through those outlets. Second, I would really take a look at the privacy settings that you have. Uh, there's no real need for a public profile during a divorce. Also, we all have friends that we've accumulated on social media over many years, some of which we never talk to, some of which may be the best friends and relatives of the spouse who we never really got along with. Well, if we are making posts, we can be certain that even though we have defriended our soon-to-be ex-spouse, all of those posts are going to get back to him or her. So it's very important not only to change your passwords, but to look at the privacy settings. And then really being very considerate of what you're posting on social media is important. I counsel all of my clients that if you put something on social media, you should be posting it with the understanding that a judge will be looking at it someday.
So if I see something online that I think goes against what my spouse is saying, I should screenshot it and maybe send it to my attorney?
Absolutely. As an attorney, I would rather see more than less. So if you screenshot everything and send it to me, I'm happy to review it. That's not to say everything that you send me will end up in a pleading with the court or will end up as evidence at a trial. I will likely sit down with you and we'll decide what makes sense to use, what's relevant, what will a judge actually consider. And a lot of it, maybe the judge, although we think it's significant, a judge may not take it into consideration, and we certainly don't want to upset the judge with adding things into evidence that may not be relevant. However, if one spouse is claiming they're having a very difficult time maintaining their standard of living or contributing to marital bills or maintaining support for children or for their spouse, and then they're on social media posting lavish vacations or meals or purchases of expensive vehicles or watches, that can be very relevant to us.
Is it better to just stop posting if you're in a divorce?
Generally, I encourage all of my clients to limit their social media usage. If I had my way, I would tell all of my clients not to use social media during the pendency of the divorce, just because it is an emotional time. And during emotional times, we can make emotional posts, which may be fine, but they also could be something that could be used against us, which we want to avoid. To the extent my client really wants to continue using social media, that's okay. I would just say limit the posting that you're making and make sure you're maintaining the status quo of what you did during the marriage. So to the extent you would post in a certain way during the marriage, as long as you're not deviating from that standard that you had, it's really not that big of an issue.
So then is it beneficial if I post pictures of me and my children saying, look how happy we are?
No, I think that kind of increase in posting could actually work against you. To the extent a divorce begins pending and now you're posting hundreds of photographs with your children, it almost appears to a court or could appear to a court that you're trying to manufacture some sort of evidence to be used as part of the proceedings. Photographs with children are important, and I always ask my clients for them. In custody and parenting time trials, I will regularly use photographs of children and their parents at holidays, on vacations, at birthday parties. So this is good evidence, but it's evidence for you and your lawyer to review and submit to a judge at the time of a trial. It's not the kind of thing that we need you to publish to all of your followers on social media.
That's great information, Brian. Thanks so much.
My pleasure.